Delicious baked meat with just 5 minutes of work. Amazing recipe. Stay tuned because I'll share some tricks to make sure it always turns out amazing, and I'm sure some of them will surprise you. I start by slicing a potato into thin rounds, all about the same thickness. I also cut a medium-sized onion into strips, so I lay it down like this, and then I start slicing. I do the same with half a red bell pepper, freshly washed, of course. There go my strips of bell pepper. And now I'm going to use an oven-safe mold or tray. I pour a little oil on the base and spread it around with one of the potatoes. And while I'm doing this, let me remind you that my mold is 20 by 20 centimeters, just so you have an idea. In this little tray, I place the rest of the potatoes on the bottom. I cover it with the pepper I had, and also with the onion, which I spread on top to distribute it evenly. And I'm going to add flavor to this, and I'm going to do it like this. First, in a cup of water, I add a good pinch of salt, always to taste. I'm also going to add freshly ground black pepper, which always enhances the flavors and tastes really good. Powdered garlic goes in as well. And finally, I'm going to add thyme. I'm going to mix all of this together. This way, everything is well distributed in the water, and the flavors will cover the entire surface, which is what I'm looking for. So the water goes in with all the flavor and topped off with another drizzle of oil. I put the tray in the preheated oven at 180 degrees C, 355 degrees F, with heat from both the top and bottom. It's going to be in there for 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I prepare a tenderloin. You can use any meat you want, but look at this amazing pork tenderloin I have here. If it hasn't been cut for you. Like this, the butcher sliced it into fillets. Look how easy it is to cut it on each side, so you get a strip that's flatter and easier to enjoy. I cut it in half so it fits in my tray, and here I have these two spectacular portions. What I do is give it the same flavor as the water, meaning salt, black pepper, always spreading it generously on one side, and also garlic powder. A little bit of thyme, which I'm going to sprinkle directly on top, and I'll finish it with a few drops of oil. Don't overdo it, just a little bit to give it some shine and a nice touch on the surface. When it heats up, it'll spread out and look great. After about 20 minutes of cooking at medium heat from above and below, the potatoes will be nearly done. We place our meat on top and put it back in the oven at the same temperature for another half hour. Let me remind you that we have heat from above and below, and it's at 180 degrees. After half an hour, we'll give it a final touch. This step is optional, but recommended. Give it a thin sweet layer on top. Yes, 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 it's going to give it an incredible contrast. In my case, a little bit of honey. And another 10 minutes in the oven will give it that crunchy touch on top, a special shine, and a fantastic contrasting flavor. The honey is optional, but if you've never tried it, give it a shot. You'll be amazed. Look, 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 look. What a true wonder. What a color. So golden on top, crunchy, and the meat is tender inside with your vegetables. A real marvel. And I can't resist going. Easy, quick, 5 minutes of work, you'll leave it in the oven and you pretty much don't have to worry about it anymore. A recipe that always turns out well and lets you get on with your life.